Hello students, in this lecture we are going to learn to draw the acceleration diagram for slider crank mechanism. In the last video I demonstrated velocity diagram for the slider crank mechanism. I believe you have gone through that video. If not, please go through that video, and along with that please go through the videos related to the acceleration analysis and the acceleration diagram for slider crank mechanism. The link for the videos is provided in the description. So having drawn the velocity diagram, we now proceed to draw the acceleration diagram. For the same, we take up the same problem of slider crank mechanism, which is as follows. The dimensions of an engine mechanism are as follows. Crank OA is equal to 200 mm, connecting rod AB is 600 mm, distance of center of mass from crank end AD is 200 mm. At the instant, that is at angular rotation of 120 degree, the crank has an angular velocity of 50 radians per second clockwise and an angular acceleration of 800 radians per second square. We have to calculate the velocity of D and angular velocity of AB. This we have already done in the previous video. In this video, we will calculate the acceleration of D and angular acceleration of AB. So first of all, we will draw the configuration diagram, and for that we will take a scale such that 50 mm is represented by 1 centimeter. So to draw the configuration diagram, we draw a axial line along which the slider of the mechanism will reciprocate. So on this axial line, we will take the point O, which will be the center of rotation of crank OA, as the crank OA will be hinged at point O. So through that point O, we will draw a line at an angle of 120 degrees like this. This line will be representing a crank OA. So according to the scale taken, the crank OA will be represented by 4 cm. So we will take a distance of 4 cm on our compass and mark a point on this line. So we will get point A and crank OA. Now we have to draw the connecting rod. The other end of the connecting rod, the end B, will be connected to the slider, and the slider will be reciprocating along this axis. So the end B will be placed along the on the axial line. So according to the scale taken, the connecting rod will be represented by 12 cm. So we will take a distance of 12 cm on a compass and mark a point on the axial line to get B. So this point B will have slider and the other end will be connected to A. So AB will be the connecting rod. The slider will be reciprocating between these two guides, which is the point G of the frame of the mechanism. So O and G are the fixed points. The point D is taken as per the scale, and it is located on the link AB. This is the configuration diagram. Now the crank OA is rotating at an angular velocity of 50 radians per second and an angular acceleration of 800 radians per second square. The velocity is in clockwise direction. So having drawn the configuration diagram, we proceed to draw the acceleration diagram. So before drawing the acceleration diagram, we will write down the vector equation for acceleration. The point B will get the motion or the slider will get the reciprocating motion as the link AB will move, and the link AB will get the motion as the crank will be rotating. So we can write the equation of acceleration as follows. Acceleration of B relative to the fixed point O or G will be equal to acceleration of B relative to A plus acceleration of A relative to O. This can also be written as FBO, that is the acceleration of B relative to O will be equal to FBA, that is the acceleration of B relative to A plus FAO, that is the acceleration of A relative to O. This can also be written as FBG is equal to FAO plus FBA, that is acceleration of B relative to the fixed point G will be equal to acceleration of A relative to O plus B relative to A. Now, as we know that the acceleration of the link OA and AB will have two components, one is the tangential and other is the centripetal component. So we can further write this equation as FBG will be equal to FAO, that is the centripetal component, plus FTAO, that is the tangential component of AO, plus FCBA, that is the centripetal component of BA, plus FTBA, that is the tangential component of AB. This can be further written as G1B1. This is the total acceleration of B relative to the fixed point G, which will be equal to O1 A0. This vector will be representing the centripetal component of AO plus AO A1. This will be representing the tangential component of AO, and this in total O1 AO plus AO A1 will be O1 A1, the total acceleration of the link AO. Similarly, A1 BA will be representing the centripetal component of B relative to A, and BA B1 will be representing the tangential component of acceleration B of B relative to A. In total, these two will be representing A1 B1, that is the total acceleration of B relative to A. In this, we will calculate the magnitude of the various components of the acceleration of different links of the mechanism, and also we will understand what will be the direction and sense of the acceleration components. First, we calculate the value of centripetal component of A relative to O, which will be represented by O1 AO, and it will be equal to omega square upon R, as we know that the centripetal component is equal to omega square upon R. So this is OA square upon the length of the link OA. So this will give us 500 meter per second square. The direction of this centripetal component will be parallel to OA, and the sense will be towards O, towards the center of rotation of the link OA. The direction of FCOA will be parallel to link OA and towards O, that means from A to O, that is from top to bottom. Next, we will calculate the tangential component of A relative to O, that will be represented by AO A1, and we know that tangential component is equal to alpha into R. Alpha is the angular acceleration of link AO and R is the length of the link. Alpha is given as 800 and length of the link AO is 0.2, which will give us 160 meter per second square. So the direction of the tangential component of A relative to O will be perpendicular to the link and the sense will be towards the direction of motion of A, or towards the velocity of A. So this can be understood like this. The tangential component of link AO will be perpendicular to the link AO and in the direction of motion of A, point A, or in the direction of velocity of A. Next, we'll calculate the centripetal component of acceleration of B relative to A. This will be represented by A1 BA. It will be equal to omega of AB will be calculated from the velocity diagram. So it is 5.2 divided by 0.6, 5.2 square upon 0.6, this will give us 45.1 meter per second square. Again, the direction of the centripetal component of acceleration of B relative to A will be parallel to AB, parallel to the link, and the direction will be towards A, towards the center of rotation, as the direction of centripetal component of the acceleration of B relative to A will be parallel to this link BA, and it will be from B to A. That means from left to right. Next, we calculate the tangential component of B relative to A. That will be represented by BA B1. But as we don't know the angular acceleration of the link BA, so we won't be able to calculate the magnitude, but we will know the direction of, this component, that it will be perpendicular to AB as shown here. So the tangential component of B relative to A will be perpendicular to this link AB. We also don't know the sense. Next, we calculate the acceleration of the slider. That means the acceleration of B relative to G. It will be represented by G1 B1. As we don't know the acceleration, we won't be able to calculate the magnitude, but we know the direction, as the motion of the slider will be along the axis. In this case, it will be horizontal. So the direction of FBG will be parallel to the slider motion. So it will be the direction of the motion of the slider will be along this axis. In this case, it is horizontal. So the direction of acceleration of slider with respect to G will be horizontal in this case. Now we will draw the acceleration diagram. To draw the acceleration diagram, we will take a point, and the marking on that point will be all the fixed points of the mechanism. Here it is O and G. So the marking will be O1 and G1. So we start with drawing the acceleration vector of link OA. As we know the point O1. So we have already calculated the value of FCAO, the centripetal component of A relative to O, which will be represented by O1 A0 vector. The value is 500 meter per second square. So we have to take a scale. The scale taken here is 50 meter per second square will be represented by 1 centimeter. So the length of the vector O1 A0 will be 10 centimeter. So we'll draw a line of 10 centimeter from O1. The direction of FCAO will be parallel to OA. That means it will be parallel to OA and towards O. So the sense will be towards O, from top to bottom, as shown here. This vector we have to draw from O1. As we have to draw a parallel vector, so if you are using a roller scale, you can directly roll the roller scale from this vector to O1 and draw the parallel line. If you are using the set square, then you have to draw the parallel line in 2 steps, as shown here. First you draw a perpendicular line And then to this perpendicular line you draw one more perpendicular line. You place the set square such that one side is on the previously drawn line and another side should pass through point O1. So this will help us to draw the vector from O1. So this is the vector O1 which will be parallel to the link OA, and the length of this vector will be 10 centimeter, which will represent 500 meter per second square, and this will give us the point AO. This will be the central component of A relative to O. Further, we have to draw the tangential component of link AO. So the tangential component we have already calculated as 160 meter per second square, and this will be represented by AO A1. That means it will be drawn from AO, and the vector will be perpendicular to the link AO as shown here. So we will draw the vector perpendicular to AO by keeping one of the sides of the set square on the link and another side should be on AO. So we will get A1 representing AO. A1 will be representing the tangential component of A relative to O. So after getting A1, we will join A1 to O1. So we will get the total acceleration of A relative to O. After getting A1, we will draw the acceleration of B relative to A. So we have already calculated the value of centripetal component of B relative to A. That will be represented by A1BA. The value is 45.1 meter per second square. So according to the scale, it will be nearly 0.9 centimeter, and it has to be drawn parallel to AB. So the vector will be like this, and the direction sense will be towards A. That means from B to A. So we will draw this from A1, parallel vector from A1. As you have understood the use of set square, so I am not using the set square from now onwards. I will directly draw the vectors. So after drawing FCBA, we will obtain the point BA. Now we will draw the tangential component of BA. That means the tangential component of acceleration of B relative to A. This will be represented by BA, B1, and the direction will be perpendicular to the link AB. So we will draw a vector perpendicular to link AB from point BA, and we don't know the magnitude, so we will leave as it is for now. Next, we will draw the acceleration of B relative to G. That means the acceleration of slider. The motion of slider will be along this axial direction. Acceleration of B relative to G will be parallel to the slider motion. The slider motion will be along the axis as shown here. So the direction of acceleration will be horizontal in this case. That is to be drawn from B1 or G1, sorry. So we'll draw a line. We'll draw a horizontal line from G1 to intersect the previously drawn line as shown here. The intersection of both the lines will give you the point B1. So we'll get BA B1 as the tangential component of B relative to A. After getting B1, we can join A1 to B1 to get the total acceleration of B relative to A, and also we can join G1 to B1 to get the acceleration of B relative to G, or the acceleration of the slider. The sense of these three accelerations FOA, FBA and FBG will be according to the vector equation discussed earlier. So we'll have O1A1 plus A1B1 will be equal to G1B1. So O1A1 plus A1B1 will be equal to G1B1. So this will be the acceleration diagram. Next we need to calculate the angular acceleration of point D. For that we need to plot the point D on the acceleration diagram. As we know that any intermediate point on any link divides the acceleration vector in the similar ratio as it divides the link in the configuration diagram. So to get point D1, we can write this ratio as A1 D1 by A1 B1 is equal to length AD by length AB, and this will be equal to A1 D1. A1 B1 can be measured from the acceleration diagram, and it is measured as 11.5 centimeter. Length AD is 200 mm, length AB is 600 mm. This gives us A1 D1 as 3.85 centimeter nearly. By this we can plot this D1 on the vector A1 B1. To do this, we measure the length 3.85 centimeter on the compass and we plot it. We mark a point on the vector A1 B1, so we get the point D1. After getting point D1, we join the vector D1 to O1, so we get O1 D1. O1 D1 will give us the acceleration of point D as follows. FD will be equal to FDO, that means O1 D1. After measuring O1 D1, we get 7.45 centimeter nearly. So after converting this according to our scale, we get the acceleration of D as 372 meter per second square. Next, we have to calculate the angular acceleration of the link AB. As we know that the tangential component of the acceleration is equal to alpha into r, where alpha is the angular acceleration and r is the length of the link. So the angular acceleration of AB can be calculated as alpha AB is equal to FTBA divided by length of the link AB. FTBA can be measured from the acceleration diagram as BA B1. So after measuring BA B1, we have 10.4 centimeter, which is then converted to meter per second square according to the scale taken, and after calculation we get alpha AB or angular acceleration of AB as 867 radian per second square. This is how you can calculate the angular acceleration of any link or the acceleration of any point in the mechanism, also the acceleration of intermediate point. And finally, this is how you can draw the slider acceleration of slider crank mechanism. Thank you.